name is Squid, and welcome to a game that I didn't really know if I should do this or not. It's considered on Steam a graphic novel, I think. So, I mean, I just thought it was weird that it was considered a game, but a graphic novel. So, like, I know, like, the game itself isn't very, like, gameplay driven. It's sort of like the Walking Dead Telltale game and The Wolf Among Us and Heavy Rain and whatever. Only, in the sense that, like, you make choices in order to change the story and whatnot. So I saw some reviews about it, but, and they were saying, like, the few gameplay options that you do have are only, like, point and clicks, sort of like choice-making moments. So I was a little hesitant because I didn't know how many there were going to be. Does that make sense? Like, but I don't know. So I decided that I would try to record it anyway. But before I go in, I have a couple announcements to make. So, in the last Portal 2 video that I put up, I started using a little bit of different music in there, and I had a link in the description to the page where I did it. There's two different people that I got permission to use their music from, in addition to my own, my videos, just to create a little bit of variety. One page, one group slash person, I don't really know if it's a group or person or not, however, the name is called Sick Kids. I'll have, like, the name up or whatever. And, they have, like, some really cool, like, different sounding music, so I emailed that guy and asked him about, like, if I could use his music. And also, Mind Tree, if you saw in the credits of Elemental, the game that I played about a month ago, I would say, if you saw that playthrough, you know that I was really into the music of that game. So I found the person's SoundCloud, and I asked them, do you mind if I use the music, like, the music that you made in my videos? And they said, yeah, as long as it's not commercial. So I got permission to do that too. So I'll have their stuff, like, linked or whatever. I don't even know if I'll use their music in this, because this game has been said to have a very nice soundtrack. But I'll stop talking, and let's go into the story. I read a little bit about what this game is about, but I'll not say anything, like, just yet, because they'll probably explain it. Television. Working families across Brighton are no doubt issuing a collective sigh of relief today, as legislation for a minimum wage increase of 50 cents passed in Parliament early this morning. Oh, that sounds boring. This bill comes after public outcry that the majority of Brighton citizens are without payment income, too poor to make ends meet after the recent increase in food prices. What assholes. The change brings minimum wage workers for working over 40 hours a week to 367 an hour, and workers working less than to 320. I'm such a terrible reader. Why did I choose this game? Although welcomed by most, there have been stiff opposition towards the bill from foreign investigators, primarily those from Gabriel. Major Gabriel companies such as, come on, man, Ujco, I don't know, and Norkill have warned that the wage increases would hurt Brighton's economy, arguing that a new rate would force more layoffs and they cannot afford as many employees. President Barnaby, I almost thought that said President Bambi. Damn it, look at that paragraph. Who has been supportive of the legislation since its inception, retorted that well-fed employees were more productive and reminded Ujco, I don't know. I'm just gonna call it you, okay? And Norkill representatives that employing a Brighton citizen was still over 16 times less expensive than employing a citizen of their own home country. Oh, I have a good voice for him. Stocks did, however, take a moderate tumble after the approval of the legislation. That's my, like, guy sensei voice. President Barnaby issued citizens that the drop should only be temporary, and the markets will begin to rise after the initial shock has subsided. Within this minimum wage increase, Barnaby has finally fulfilled the last of the campaign promises made during his 1523 campaign trail. Whether or not he manages to accomplish the 1527 goals remains to be seen. With that, we conclude our hourly business report. Next up, the latest news and entertainment. Without a doubt, I still find it strange. Everything's strange, bizarre. I'm pretty sure that's me. Really, if these words were nothing like my own, at least then I could appropriately flip out. What? But no, they're similar. Too similar. I keep slipping into a feeling of normalcy, only to have that sensation of strangeness just slap me across the face at the first sight of something weird. Normalcy? I forget what president said that. Was it Taft? There were plenty of weird sights around to do so, too. Like, for instance, these advanced-looking televisions in the decrepit-looking building, which I can only assume is an electronics store. They are the first things that I've seen arriving in the world that actually look somewhat new. Fancy, even. Up until now, everything has been old, ramshackle, and in various states of disrepair. It makes me feel very nervous. It's just so profoundly disturbing. Will I ever get used to this? I think that I will, some year or decade from now, if my mentor is any indication. Look at him, standing there so aloof, as if this were just another day to him, which, yeah, I suppose it is. Well, what do I know? Nothing. Winter! Oh, this is a different guy. Yes? I'm trying to think of a voice for him. I'll start doing it when I think of it. What do you think? Think? About what? What we just saw and heard. Oh. ... To be honest, I wasn't really thinking anything about it. Winter, we've only just started. Please try to focus. Yes. Yeah. I will. Sorry. It's just... well... I'm still feeling a bit hard to wrap my brain around the idea of destructive conflict. Well, of course. I was the same when I first started out. There aren't any examples of conflict at all in the world. Oh, wait. There aren't that many examples of conflict at all in our world. Right. You might even find it surprising that the war is actually a word in our dictionary. Totally. Is that her saying that? Yet still... Winter, you'll come to understand very well. Don't worry. After all, you'll be doing nothing but dealing with it. Lame. Well, anyway. You read the material on this world, right? It should have been your homework. Oh shit, I'm doing homework? It was. Then tell me what you think. Perhaps it's time to admit it that I didn't spend much of last night reading the material so much as turning the pages and glancing at them. I was tired, and honestly found watching the bubbles in my soda significantly more captivating than the words in those files. The way they merge at each other and crawl up the glass is really incredibly pretty. You're certainly pondering rather hard there, Winter. You must be whipping up a dazzling answer. Oh, shit. Brayden is... poor? That's a fact, Winter, not a thought. So sorry. What I think is... nothing. Look what I've learned so far in class. What I've learned so far in class doesn't seem to be particularly applicable to this world, so I'm finding it a bit difficult to care. How can I care anyway? Besides all that, this is also disconnected from me. Plus, it's only my second world, for heaven's sake. I'm still flummoxed by the fact that other worlds exist. What am I supposed to think when they just toss me into these places, give me a pat on the back, and say, "Be on your way, merry child"? Actually, here's a thought. What kind of name is Brighton? That's a stupid name for a country. It sounds more like a town. A town of Brighton, population 40. I'll scream blah at Cyrus and any other mentor who questions me like this. I mean, I won't, but I would. I completely, totally, and so would. For now, though, an awkward, wobbling smile is all I can muster. Blah. Well, whatever. Huh? What do you think the next step is? Alright, cool. Oh, this is her. Alright, cool it, Winter. Just remain calm and genuinely consider the question. The next thing to do, we need to learn things that weren't given? Right. Sir, I couldn't ask my last mentor. Why are the dossiers... What does that say? I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. We get before we come to these places so thin. Well, it's because they're simply compromised with the first-hand information, noteworthy things that mediators have gathered through observation and gleaned from prior trips to the world. You're lucky you even have that much. Sometimes you get sent to worlds that have never been visited before. Let me tell you, it's never fun when a surprise dragon flies out from behind a mountain, or when you realize that the person you've been talking to is really just a convincing projectile. Projection. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Or worse, a robot. Once you start going into systems that threaten your definition of what being a world even means, good luck. Then again, only experienced meters have to deal with such things. You won't be going to any unvisited worlds, at least definitely not yet. Oh. Another question. Why revisit worlds that have been helped? I do this kind of shit all the time when I don't want to, actually do shit. I just keep asking a bunch of questions. I mean, once order in a world is in place, everything should be fine, right? I mean... Cyrus frowns, but his expression seems more complicated than that. I say that because his frown isn't alone. In his eyes there is a glint of irritation directed to no one in particular. As any glint, it's gone in a second, replaced by another thing that I can't quite decipher. Part of me is curious as to what it is, but most of me doesn't care. Here's the short answer. Because chaos cannot be contained or removed. Although it can be lessened by us, it will rise again over time. Sir, are you saying there's no point to anything? No. Chaos is not inherently bad, Winter. It is the means by which all worlds are born and continue, even ours. If you notice, I'm sorry, I have to, use my cursor to follow the words. That's just how I read. Furthermore, it is in the spark of evolution. It plays a key part in those mutations, which allow life to grow and improve itself. However, for life to succeed, there must also be order. It's like how cells must work together and organs must serve to their purpose. You see, a system where chaos is stronger than order is likely to collapse, just like an organism which has succumbed to disease is likely to die. In short, we are not here to eradicate chaos, Winter. We are only here to keep it in check. Oh. So it's like keeping balance. Anyway, where do you think we should go next? Well, someplace with a lot of information, I suppose. Allow me to get thinking about such a place. Oh, surprise. I'm done. The answer is so obvious it's insulting. After all, I had already gone there during my first mediation. The library! No, that's not... Why would we go to the library? I mean, I get your line of thought. Libraries can tell you a lot about a world's history. And I would bet there are computers there too, considering the world we're in. Unfortunately, the kind of knowledge probably wouldn't be so helpful for this job. What about scholarly journals? Reliable sources? No, I think we should find a bar. What? Huh? What is it? Oh, well, I just had a thought. Are the bars here special, like library bars? I figured maybe you liked the drink as you read, maybe... Winter, stop thinking about libraries. Sorry. Bars here should be normal, as far as I'm aware. We'll head there because bars are where people go to talk. He totally is hitting on me. Cyrus then turns to walk away as if it is the next natural thing to do. Well, it is not. I stand here Damn, these are some big words. I'm not even wearing, like, my reading glasses either. Incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing we were supposed to move ahead. I'm kind of pretty. Well, here we are, walking along. Is this a street? I've seen a few vehicles pass by us, so I guess it is. Or I should say that I've heard them, for they have been loud. They are pretty sorry excuses for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions from their fronts, which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if that weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has looked like a bludgeon team went wild on it. A bludgeon team, probably? Like, beating on it? That guy has some weird hair. Cyrus, I don't remember his name already. They were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus, yeah, that's his name. Is he not going to elaborate at all? He just walked off after telling me that people talk at bars? Thanks, Cyrus. I would have guessed that people talk at places. Isn't he supposed to be teaching me? How can I learn anything with such vague statements? Well, Winter, well. Well, you need to go to this ice cream parlor, Winter, because they sell food, Winter, well. Goodness, how annoying. Hasn't he been annoying since orientation, pestering me and staring at me? An annoying and unlikable person, this Cyrus, with a reputation at that, I hear. I mean, seriously, don't people talk everywhere? Sir, don't people talk everywhere? Isn't that the sort of thing humans are known for, in general? Well, aren't you snippy? Oh crap, I just ruined everything, didn't I? I need to stop thinking so much or I'll let my thoughts slip out. Ah, I shouldn't have said it like that. He's my superior. I bet he'll lower my grade now.